Hello guys, this is Brad again, and I thought I would try something really different today. This is something that I've been thinking about doing for a while. Um, and I'm going to call this video How to Impress a Girl. And the reason I chose to do this video isn't because I'm necessarily, any better with women than anybody else. I mean, that's far from the truth here. I mean, there's a lot of other guys in the fragrance community that, are definitely more player-like than I am. Like guys like a Hero and maybe Joey Cannoli, guys like that. But I thought it would be interesting to do a video like this because we do see a lot of emphasis on all of these scents for clubbing and panty dropping and all this and that. And it becomes to be quite an obsession. And it's kind of interesting because when you really think about it from a logical perspective, the this whole business with cologne is probably like one small piece of the whole puzzle. If you had like, a 500 piece puzzle, it might be like one piece of that whole puzzle. You won't even need cologne, and you could still do better than most guys with cologne if you have everything else in order. So I thought it'd be kind of fun just to get some thoughts and then just maybe try to cover the other 499 pieces of the puzzle besides that one piece called cologne and see where we end up. But this is more of a fun video. I don't really think I know what I'm talking about, but we'll see. Maybe this can lead to a good discussion, just like some of my other videos. So I'm going to start with dress. Do you think dress is very important, along with hygiene and appearance and things like that? Start with your basics: taking a shower, bathing, a deodorant, maybe shampooing. Make sure if you have facial hair, it's trimmed up and nice, neat, a nice shave. Nice shirt, pants. Very important. Also, I think is a nice pair of shoes. I know women notice shoes because when I go to work with a new pair of shoes on, that's one of the first things they notice about me. Like, wow, Brad, are those new shoes? So these are things you can think about, and accessories like watches, necklace. If those are things that you can feel comfortable with, maybe you can go ahead and try that as well. Might be better to have a nice watch that you wear for going out more so than just another clubbing scent in your collection. So that's pretty much my thoughts on that. Dress, appearance, hygiene, but I will touch base on cologne. I do think that having a nice fragrance can maybe give you a slight edge over the other guys in the crowd. And there's so many different options out there, and it can't hurt to try them out. But I wouldn't get too obsessed with it, in terms of trying to find that perfect scent because if you've tried 4 or 5 and things aren't working out, you're probably just over obsessing on the wrong area of your problem. There's probably something else going on. And most of these clubbing scents are characterized as being like sweet and very strong and seductive. But maybe you're better off just with a fresh, clean scent. I mean that's a great starting point. And I know some people are gonna say, well, I don't want to smell like somebody's ex-boyfriend and wear Aquadesia or whatever. But there's a lot of nice, clean smells out there that don't really associate with the masses. So maybe something like Mugler Clone or something, just something clean, fresh, a little bit different, but not anything too daring like Angel Men. A lot of people say they don't like Angel Men, even though everybody in the fragrance community seems to make it sound like it's so great. That's a daring fragrance for a lot of people. So that's something to think about as well. So fresh, clean scents might be the way to go. Maybe no fragrance at all. I mean, it's not really that important. um, Number 3, I'm gonna say just try to stand out. If you go to a bar or whatever, you might want to go somewhere that just allows you to be yourself, but at the same time showcase some of your special abilities. Like for me, I like karaoke. I like to sing, and I don't have any trouble getting up in front of a group of strangers and singing some songs. Um, and I know women, appreciate and are admiring of guys that have the guts to do that. And if you can sing songs that cater to women, like Journey and Bon Jovi, things like that, that might help out. Country girls might like Vince Gill, something like that. And it couldn't hurt, to slip in a song or two that you like, just to show, your taste in music as well. I mean, I don't think that's going to hurt you too much. So yeah, try that if you're into karaoke. If you don't like to sing, well, maybe your dancing skills can be something that gets you in the door there. So if you like to dance, go to a dancing club where dancing is, something that you like to do, and the types of music that you listen to, and the types of clubs you go to kind of see eye to eye with each other, and maybe a girl asks you to dance with her, maybe it helps get a conversation started. So those are just a couple of ideas. Dancing, karaoke, things like that, I think can be very good to help you stand out while everybody else is sitting there on their bar stool. You're standing out from the crowd because you're not afraid to make a fool of yourself a little bit, basically, or just show that you have a little bit of guts. So that's pretty much that. Just try to stand out a little bit. Number four, be funny. I think women like to laugh. A lot of women go out. Maybe they didn't have a great day at work. Maybe they're a little depressed. Maybe a woman might feel lonely, and if you can make her laugh, that'll help take some of the stress out of her life, and she'll really appreciate that. Just try to be yourself, though. Have a unique sense of humor. Just make some witty observations, things like that. That can be nice. So that's pretty much that. And finally, I'm going to touch upon this last point here. This might be the lengthy part of my video here. Conversation. Let's say you do start talking to a woman. I would say encourage her to talk about herself. I do know from my experience that women love to talk about themselves. If I walk into the break room at work, most of the coworkers are women. I know everybody's talking, blah blah blah. Nobody's really listening to anybody. So it just tells me that women really love to talk, and few people like to listen. So if you're a good listener, that could be a real standout for your cause right there. I would encourage you to use good eye contact. I would encourage you to, ask questions that can encourage her to keep talking about herself. Leading questions like, okay, that's interesting. Go on. Okay, I see. What else is going on? Just keep her moving. Keep her talking about herself. But let's say that she throws you a curveball and she brings the conversation back to you. Maybe she says something like, so what's your name? Or what do you do? Oh, all of a sudden, now she wants you to talk about you. So that's kind of tricky because you have to keep her interested by talking about yourself. So go ahead, answer these questions, keep talking about yourself. Make sure that she's focused in and paying attention and really cares about what you have to say. If she starts breaking eye contact, if she starts looking away at the bartender or the DJ, or worse yet, pulls her cell phone out of her purse and starts playing little games on her cell phone, you're starting to lose her. So you got to try to draw her back in. You got to say something that'll get her talking about herself again. You can say something like, so tell me about this girlfriend of yours that stabbed you in the back the other day. Oh, all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah. And she's talking about herself again. So you brought her back. So yeah, keep her talking about herself. If you want to talk about yourself, that's great. But just keep in mind that sometimes that can, come across as kind of boring. So that's a tip there. And the final thing about that, kind of like part B of that, is that you're going to notice when you talk to pretty girls that they usually wear very low-cut blouses with their breasts hanging out. And that can be a very tricky situation because you want to look, but you shouldn't look. And you're thinking to yourself, maybe this girl wants me to look, maybe she doesn't want me to look. But let me tell you this, whatever you choose to do is probably the wrong thing. So let me just give some thoughts on the matter. I was giving it some thought there, and I thought, what you should probably do is spend about 57 seconds out of the minute up here and about 3 seconds down here. That way, you don't come across as gay and you don't come across as a pervert. It sounds like a pretty good balance between the, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. But, just kind of, comes across as, a very balanced way. But you can't stockpile your seconds. You can't be like, well, maybe if I spend, 10 minutes up here, that gives me 30 seconds. No, you don't got it like that. You got to keep it short, probably half a second to a second down here at the most. So probably 10 seconds up here and then maybe a half second peak down here and back up. So yeah, I think that's pretty good right there. So keep these ideas in mind here when you go out and try to impress a woman because it's hard, but like I said, I think these things are just as important as the cologne. So I think that's pretty much it for this little talk. I hope I helped you guys out, and talk to you later.